Welcome everyone back to the Expansion Team Series. We switched over to Draft Day Sports Pro Football 2024, and the last video I've done was about the first access version, looking at new features and sharing my opinion on what I like and what's maybe missing, at least in my opinion. So check that out if you have missed it. And I was unfortunately not able to get another video out since then due to time and health reasons. But now we're back for the playoffs and we play against the Cleveland Browns. We won against them in preseason, so that does not matter too much. And yeah, looking at our team dashboard, we had some problems. I'm still getting used to the design here. So in pass yards, top 10, rushing not so great, but especially the defense let us down. In pass defense, at least per yards per game allowed, we're last place. And looking at the points, only average for both offense and defense. Not so sure if Caleb Williams is the only reason why we're not that great, but he was at least one. Only 26 touchdowns this year with 13 interceptions. Worst passing rating so far, also below 60% completion. That's not that great. And for Bijan, he had 11 touchdowns, also great yards, and also 5 touchdowns in the receiving game. So he was again a very reliable target for us. He's going to earn the maximum amount of money next year, and after that we're getting contract problems again. But for now, let's focus on the playoffs and also check out the news. We play, as said, against the Cleveland Browns. They're also average in passing yards, rushing yards, and points scored, but especially their defense is so great. Top 5 for all points per game allowed, yards, passing yards, and rushing yards. So it looks like the real Cleveland Browns of 2024 with their awesome defense. And yeah, other than that, I thought about signing someone to our roster to support us for the playoff run. As we struggled in pass coverage, it makes sense to add a cornerback to our roster. And we have currently still 27 million in cap space available for this year. So let's go to free agents and take a look who's available for us. And I think it makes sense to bring back Marcus Peters. He played for us the last 5 seasons, was not under contract with us this year, but he could be a really reliable cornerback for us and maybe the missing piece to make another playoff run. And what I already mentioned in the last video, I really like that you cannot sign those players for 500K anymore. He costs 12 million, so I think that's realistic. And thankfully, we have that amount of cap space left. So I think he could be a really reliable corner for us for hopefully many playoff games. So let's check our roster if we need to release anyone or if our roster is still fine. No positions invalid. So we have too many cornerbacks. Let's go to roster management and see who we can bench. I think Jeremy Lucien can go to the practice squad for that. So now we're fine and we just need to change our depth chart. So Marcus Peters will start. Yeah, I think it makes sense to put him as nickelback. We still have AJ Terrell and Mike Hughes there. So hopefully we're set up. Also, I needed to fill all the depth chart again after switching to 2024. I did not create additional packages yet, but that's something I'm looking forward to test, of course. But for now, let's keep that. Also Lee Lees or Richard Holmes as a kicker. Let me view the kicker positions and take a quick look at Lee's percentages this year. not so great. Only 70% field goal percentage, extra point 98. Let's still start Lilis. He has been the kicker for us whole season. And with that, let's quickly check the options. Hopefully I switch to the animated players again. I want to play a playoff game with the animated figures here and see how that works. So let's go back to the screen and simulate our playoff game. I hope our offense can resist the great Browns defense and our defense can step up and hopefully not allow that many yards. So let's sim the game and watch the highlights. So let's get it started. It's our possession and Caleb Williams throws an interception and it's a pick six. What a bad start to the game, and it's 10-0 for Cleveland. Caleb Williams is just horrible in turnovers, but now we are in the red zone and directly get sacked. At least we have 3 points. It's 3-10, but our offense is struggling. Myles Garrett with the sack, and now Cleveland on offense, but they get sacked as well. Trevon Walker, 10-6. So with 2 minutes left to play in the second quarter, can we get any score? No, it looks like Cleveland is adding another score. It's 17-6 for Cleveland. Steven Silva with the touchdown pass to Guillermo Ellis. And now Cleveland again to start off the third quarter. Lots of time and a completion. No, it's an interception by Trevon Walker. Hard to see here, but at least the text field helps us. Still 17-6, and now we are in the red zone. We need a touchdown pass, and there it is. Caleb Williams to Jalen Hyatt. Nice catch after bowling the ball, and we are back in the game. But now Cleveland in our red zone, and that looks like a rushing touchdown. Or is it? Are they down on the 1 yard line? No, it looks like a rushing touchdown. It's 24-12. And Cleveland with another chance, but we sacked them. Still 1 minute left to play in the third quarter. Cleveland are up with 9 points. We need... Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Cleveland 31-15. So that is hard to accept. Think that's it. Cleveland looking to add another insurance score, and they get another touchdown. 38-15. We get crushed. Our team is just not up for the challenge this year. That's unfortunate. We had a great team, and I think that's it with the highlights. Great team, but we were struggling with turnovers. We were struggling on defense, and that needs to get better next season. But for this year, we are directly out in the wild card against the Cleveland Browns. It was just not enough. Looking at the total yards, the Browns really crushed us, passing only 150. 1 touchdown, 1 interception is just not enough. Bijan Robinson also 64 yards. Not good at all, and defensively only 2 sacks. We saw that by Alex Willard and Trevon Walker. 1 interception as well. But the Browns were able to shut us down, and with that we are out of the playoffs. And we already saw the Niners win against the Vikings, and the Buffalo Bills crushed the Dolphins in a high-scoring game in the last video. So let's see who the final team for the AFC is. And it's going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars, and for the NFC, the Cardinals win against the Green Bay Packers, and the Cowboys heavily lose against the Buccaneers. Who's their quarterback, by the way? Hennigan looks like third-year player or former 5th-round pick. Really interesting stats. He seemed to play more positions than just quarterback. 79 arm, but works well in the offense for the Buccaneers. So now divisional games, Giants against the 49ers, and the Giants win against the 49ers with J.J. McCarthy, 2 interceptions, not his best game. The Browns, lose against the Bills. Really interesting to see. I guess we would have lost 50-0 against the Bills. And Josh Allen just had a crazy good game. Look at all those awards. He's just outstanding. 100 overall. But last year of his contract, will be interesting to see if he signs back with the Bills or if he wants to take another team to success. But for now, he's still on the Bills for the playoffs. Cardinals win against the Bucks. And in the final game, the Jacksonville Jaguars lose against the Chargers, who have been so good in this career. So can the Chargers make another Super Bowl, or are the Bills going to get their first one? No. Chargers proceed to the Super Bowl and they will play against the Arizona Cardinals. Low scoring game, but it is enough. And now for the Super Bowl win, Cardinals against Chargers, and your Super Bowl winner 2028 is the Arizona Cardinals. So they take down Justin Herbert, who had 4 interceptions. That is crazy because he did not have many turnovers in the last few seasons. But Kyler Murray was able to lead his team to success. Byron Murphy with 3 interceptions. That's not bad at all. So Cardinals win the Super Bowl here in the 2027 season. It's 2028 Super Bowl, but 2027 season. So let's advance here and check out the season awards. I don't know if we're in there. Don't think so. Lamar Jackson wins MVP. Kyler Murray Player of MVP. Offensive Player of the Year. Taylor just 1 spot in front, Bijan Robinson, but I think this year this is fine. Better numbers, better average, of course, although we had many targets for Bijan. 307 attempts. That's crazy. But Jonathan Taylor deserved it, and MVP on the defensive side is Trevon Mullen for the Cardinals. 1 sack, 3 interceptions, 2 pick sixes, 6 forced fumbles. That's great, but you could definitely make a case here for Tranquil with 12 sacks. Offensive Rookie of the Year was Silver, the QB for Cleveland, who also destroyed us in the playoffs. And Defensive Player of the Year, Nichols for Philadelphia, 5 interceptions, 1 pick six. Not bad. Rigby up here in the top 10, so also a good pick for us. The linebacker we added to our roster. So let's check out the All-Star Bowl, if we at least get anyone in here, or if our team just sucked so much that we do not have anyone in here. Caleb Williams is not in here, and I think for the first year this is unfortunately well-deserved. Lamar, you could make an argument to put Caleb Williams above Lamar just for the passing accomplishments, but I assume he had great rushing numbers, and Herbert and Lawrence up there. Bijan, of course, will be in here, but other than that, lots of Colts O-liners. Brock Bowers on tight end, that's nice, but Will Anderson, his first great year for us, and that's it. So, not the best performance for us, unfortunately. But at least 2 cornerstones of the team will hopefully improve and get better. We had a down year, and I think it's fine. You cannot win every season, unfortunately, but that's just the way it is. We had our run, we had our success, and I thought with this team we can compete for a Super Bowl every year. Not this year, unfortunately. So let's look at... Oh, it's interesting to see that you can see your draft class in here and also directly the standings. I think that they changed that from the last update. Let's quickly check out our history. Looking at the last seasons, we won the league only 1 time in 2024, and after that We went undefeated, and once again we were 0-1 in the playoffs, lost in the Wildcard game. We need to get better. We need to improve our team, and I think that's going to be a long way. Looking at our stats for the team, we mentioned Caleb Williams, but for rushing, Bijan with a 4.5 average, that's great. And Tank Bixby also got involved. Our fullback maybe a little bit too much. That could be a problem. He should not get involved. Receiving game, yeah, Seth Jones had a great year. Jalen Waddle with 6 touchdowns, but not his best season. Brock Bowers only 2 touchdowns, but reliable target. And especially defensively, we can get better. Not too many interceptions. Mike Hughes had 4 sacks. I think that looks fine. No superstar with lots of sacks, but yeah, at least some people had some production. But let's look at the league leaders and check out where we rank also for team stats. Passing yards, Tanner McKee, awesome season with the Colts. He has been a good player for them. Also 31 touchdowns with only 12 interceptions this year. So not bad. We are here at 7th, and for passing touchdowns, again 7th. Had some better seasons. I think Caleb Williams will recover for that, so I don't want to open a QB discussion here. And let's look at passer rating. We're here in 15th with 90, and considering that he has been over 100 all of his career, I think that's pretty impressive when you look at the other numbers. So unfortunately, a bit of a down year, but I think he will recover from that. Bijan, most rushing yards, but also most rushing attempts and rushing touchdowns. Yeah, Lama, you can see why he won MVP. Receiving yards, we're not here. That could mean that we do not have a superstar receiver, but I doubt that with Jalen Waddle. I think we were just able to distribute the ball to many different wide receivers. Although it would be nice to have a Justin Jefferson, of course, but he's very expensive. And receiving touchdowns, Seth Jones up here with 10. That's not too bad. Looking at tackles, we're not in here. Sacks, I do not expect us to be in here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Tranquil, 12 sacks, we saw that. If he's available really in free agency, we're going to make a move. That could be a player who can be a difference maker. 8 interceptions for Christian Gonzalez. That is, wow. He's a playmaker. Does not have a trade, but 85 overall. Looks really, really good. And maybe we should make a move for him. Also, Aaron Robinson played good, and Jalen Ramsey, who is 32 years old now. A great season for him. And performance, yeah, we are at top 5 and top 11 with Caleb Williams and Bijan Robinson. Let's start looking at some team stats, because I think it's more interesting. Yeah, for the QB rate, we're midfield. Interception percentage, unfortunately, we are 3.1%. We can get better, but it's not that bad. And sack percentage, we have quite a good O-line, so happy with that at least. But yeah, we still need to keep the ball and get less turnovers. Rushing yards for average, rushing yards average is not that great, but I think one reason actually might be that we got our fullback involved too much. Rather give the ball to Bijan and Tank Bixby. Fumbles, only 2 lost. That's great. Explosiveness, we are midfield. Yeah, not the most explosive rushing game, but I think it's fine. And for receiving, did we have lots of drops? Actually, we had bottom 5 in drops. Could also be a reason why our offense did not perform. But hopefully drops will regress back, and we have a more reliable season next year. Defensively, I think that's what cost us this season. In terms of sacks, we are actually top 5, so that's not too bad. Interceptions, unfortunately, bottom 5, so we need to create way more turnovers. And yeah, I think that might be a reason why also the second most catches allowed, which is of course not too good. And other than that, penalties, was that something that killed us? Yeah, not really. And offense, sacks allowed, or pancakes, first pancakes, we are midfield here, but sacks allowed, we have 0 sacks allowed recorded. Of course, we had some sacks, but that could be due to Caleb Williams or not a fault by the O-line. But overall, 0 sacks allowed. That's how I want to see my O-line. 76 missed blocks though, but yeah, I'm happy with that. But yeah, I think still we somehow did not manage to win a playoff game in the second consecutive year. And our 9-5 record for the season was not too good. I hope that we can get better next season. I think it will be a while until I do the next expansion team episode due to some upcoming vacations that I'm very much looking forward to. But I will do something else next episode. It will be an experiment related to one of the new features here in the Pro Football 2024 game. So subscribe if you haven't already. I will really appreciate that. I know that it does not matter too much with that amount of subscribers, but I'm happy every time I see a new one. So thank you everyone for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.